Hello friends, hello loyal audience. So now I'm going to continue with video number 13 on commentary on the movie The Matrix movie, or to be dissected and unloaded. So as I explained, there's 15 and there's 6 and 6, and then that's how they make you bow down to whatever entity you're entering onto into their throne or their palace or whatever it is. They make you bow down. But it also hit me again that this may be him. This here, a Shiite, right? A Shiite, right? I explained to you the setting here is indicative of Shiites, right? Which is a heretic cult, occult and cult, right? And then there's the 15. Again, I don't know what the 1-5 is. There's the 1-6 and the 1-5. Here's the 15 and there's the 1, right? So 15, there's 15. And so what they're trying to say here is probably that's him. He exited or entered from, this settings, of what I showed you as demons, 6 of them, and so that's point number 1. So point number 2 is, seriously speaking, who is Neo? Neo is different personalities. When he was watching the computer, and there's the name of Assad, and then there's the 1967, that is the war of Israel, right? Supposedly given to them by Assad, right? And other like Nasser and King Hussein, and but then later on in the scene when they send him to be killed, they are talking about when he got into the ship, right? Let me show you. Give me a second. So here, this particular Neo in this scene and after, I think, although also till the end of the movie, right, is in fact Saddam Hussein. This particular Neo. So there's Neo Assad, there's Neo Saddam Hussein, there is Neo whatnot, right? But this particular one until the end of the movie is really Saddam Hussein. And that 1999 is also leading to the war with the invasion of Iraq in 2003, similar to the movie leading that was Signs by Mel Gibson and maybe others as well, other movies, right? Leading to the war of invasion of Iraq, so the Neo is different personality, but apparently what they're trying to say here is really in fact that there is a hidden personality or a spirit, right? That is from the ancient time, right? And they have it trapped or controlled, and they use it to influence the outcome by certain personalities, such as Saddam Hussein, such as Assad, or Donkey for that matter, and so on and so forth. So there are two different dimensions here. There is that that is a godlike entity supposedly they have trapped. Remember when he goes into the cell, steel cell or jail cell where he is, where Morpheus put him there, and there's like lightning and so on. Apparently they're influencing that particular entity, right, which is probably in Chicago, on how to influence the outcome of certain things, right, such as the war in Iraq, such as the 1967, such as so and so, and right. So what makes me think this is Saddam Hussein, right? Obviously Saddam Hussein is in Iraq, and Iraq is where Babylon is, and that's where Nebuchadnezzar is, right? So let me show you. So this here, Saddam Hussein, right?
Am I dead? Far from it.
And I did comment on those needles sticking out of him, is what they're trying to say here. This is the Saddam Hussein, and all these entities that belong to Morpheus and the other side, red and blue and whatnot, right? They're growing out of him. He's given them energy and power to rule Iraq, right? And then when they ruled Iraq, they prepared for its destruction and its invasion in order to bring its inhabitants and its resources and so on to lick boot for Rabbi Shifter Morpheus. And apparently they're using that internal entity, which is probably in Chicago, to influence his position on it. To influence various personalities like Assad. They make him like Saddam, they make him like Assad, they make him like Khomeini, you know, Rabbi Khomeini and so on, and Rabbi Assad and Rabbi, well, I don't know about Assad being Rabbi, but it does look like it is. But Saddam Hussein is definitely one, right? And these are them. This is Iraq growing out of him, modern Iraq that is such as Masons and such as... and Saddam Hussein was known to have a teacher, a Jewish teacher called Michel Affleck, right? Michel Affleck, not to be confused with the movie star, probably relatives. He's a Greek Jew who supervised Saddam to the degree that Saddam Hussein made statues for him in Iraq, right? And you know, so he's like growing a network, right, of whatever that belongs to Morpheus in Iraq. Same thing in Egypt. There are different Morpheuses, I mean different Neos, as I will explain. But let's continue. All right, so here you will see Nebuchadnezzar, right? But if you count these letters, not including the N and the R at the end, right? So let's do that. So here you will count 12 letters, right? 1, 2, and you'll be able to, because I don't think, you know, the way it's spelled out, it's kind of manipulated, right? 2069 is probably before Christ, right? Or something of the sort when Babylon. So this is not the year 2069 AD. This is probably 2069 backward in time. So that's before Jesus, or, you know, that's during the time of enslavement in Babylon. So 2,000 years ago, 2,069 years ago, 1999 and minus 2069. What the heck, you know, like... So Nebuchadnezzar, and then I told you about that. So these are the 12, right? And they're green. So that these are the 12 12ers. The Shiites are 12ers, right? Or it could be the 12 tribes of Israel, right? N and R. I don't know what the N and R is, but you can guess. Here, Usay or Usaj, right? What is Usaj or Usay, right? You see the I here. So this is not USA, and this is like 2069 years backward. So before Christ, BC, right? So from the day they released this movie, 1998, 1999, backward all the way, so you'll get what, 2,000 years before Christ, 2069 before Christ, you know, something of the sort, right? So that's what that is. And this here is Iraq, actually. Nebuchadnezzar is Iraq, Babylon is Iraq. So that's what the current Neo, the Assad Neo is different. The new Neo here, the one that they're talking to, this is Saddam Hussein. And they have plans for his destruction. They used him to destroy his country, and now they have a plan to destroy him. He's the one, but he's used up now as he turned Iraq with all death and misery and its resources and oil to Zion and Morpheus and Tank and Dozer. The rest don't have that luxury. They live off runny eggs and bowl of snots, right? And they wear ragged second-hand clothes. They don't eat steak either, right? So, and now it's time to destroy him. Today's video will show you how they sent Neo or Saddam Hussein for his own demise. As stated by Cypher at the beginning of the movie, we're gonna kill him, you know, right? Do you remember that? Okay. So the war, at the end, just as Neo has fought the agent and then he tried to run for his life and they guide him towards some certain place, I'll explain to you what that is, right? Is really the Gulf War, the second Gulf War. So who are the agents? The agents, as I explained to you, they're probably Germanics and Nazis, is who they, because they weren't, they refused to bow down to Morpheus and lick his boots, so they destroyed Germany, right? Of course, they always create this circumstances to tell you that they're the victims. When in fact behind the scene they're the ones instigating what's going on. And now we know what Hitler is, right? He's part of Zion. Has always been, nor was he killed at the end of the war. He just made his way out. Similar to Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein made his way out. And I don't think he's still alive. You know, it's been too long. But, you know, guess what? He did what he did. And now he has the blood of millions on his hands. And Morpheus does too. Not that they care. So again, this movie, just like the Signs of Mel Gibson, Rabbi Mel Gibson, is leading to the invasion of 2003. So there's some kind of a psychological preparations for it. These movies, usually they release a lot of movies and media and blitz campaign on social media and movies and radios and news and so on. So they prepare the masses, they make them hate that country and its leader and so on and so forth. Not that I like that little F called Saddam. Whatever his name is, that's not even his name. So as I explained to you, when he entered that scene onto the oracle, and next to him are the bats, right? The bats-looking creatures. And at one point when Tank put him onto that seat and they started supposedly to teach him jujitsu or Sun Tzu, or it's called de-braining, you know, like de-bone and de-brain. Or de-cow, you know, for lose weight. De-brain is for dementing someone, and de-cow is for losing weight. De-brain and dement and so on. All right. Yeah, and de-bone as well. I remember De-lung of the Cowardly Dog, you know, getting ready to de-bone the old woman. I forgot her name. Marielle, yeah, he was gonna Xi Jinping of China or De-lung in that Cowardly Dog, Courage the Cowardly Dog. He was setting up to de-bone Marielle. So here is my contribution to English language. De-brain, de-cow, and de-bone is already there. So I got two contributions to the English language today, de-cow and de-brain. Okay, this here is the invasion of Iraq in 2003. And all the nations are watching, you know, and being the agents as were sent by Morpheus, Rabbi Shapeshifter Morpheus, to destroy Iraq, right? And everybody is watching and helping them, right? And he's like all alone, trying to run away for his life and so on. So you got, you know, the Morpheus did like really secure the demise of Iraq, and that's only one step apparently. Let's see something here. So as you can see, as I mentioned earlier, there is that holding hand, China and the agents, right? Which are sent by Morpheus. So here China is providing provisions against all operations of Morpheus against Islamdom. You know, that detailed map of Islamdom shrinking, which Brody Yard called as a carcass, you know, rotting carcass and so on. And China actually is a main provider and supplier for war against Islamdom. I mean those 4 billion terrorists on the face of the planet, right? So China apparently is, you know, and weapons and you name it, right? Right. So here, after Kuwait war, Iraq was sent into a dumpster, a homeless. Why? Because they took oil for food, and Iraq now is basically no different than you know, like a homeless person. You know, they no longer have income, they no longer have the oil, no longer have anything. So their situation is really, Iraq has become a dumpster, and that's Saddam Hussein. So it's homelessness, right? There you go. Sleep, trash, you know, that's where homeless people sleep usually, right? Right. And here, I think it says Finlandia. Finlandia, some kind of a drink called Finlandia. If you read that here, it says Finlandia. And that's what it is. That's Iraq leading to the invasion of Iraq in 2003 by Zion, by Morpheus and Rabbi Shapeshifter Morpheus. And again, these are the sentinels. Morpheus wants to deceive you and trick you and give you misunderstanding. So here, you've been misled, you audience, he wants you to think that he is not the one who sent him to die. He had no choice but Morpheus and Nebuchadnezzar and Zion and whatnot, right? They have no choice but to abandon him because now their life is in danger because of the attack of the sentinel. You understand? Okay, good. All right, this is Mercedes. This is Germany. Prior to Neo, Germany was destroyed and burned in 2003. I'm sorry, in 1945, 48 time span or year. And then here, you will see that Germany is burned, right? Germany is burned. And who burned it? Another, you are the one. And who would that be? That would be Hitler. So that's the same hotel. Room 303, again, as I told you, is where Trinity was when she was doing a survey on Neo, right? She was surveying Neo, and that's where they're sending him now. And of course, they sent the agents or the angels to, to do away with him. They're inside, right? Not 306. Or 305. But 303. 303 is where the agents and where the police stormed that room, right, that hideout, and then Trinity killed all four of those four police officers. You recall? That's where they sent him. And guess what? They're waiting for him. Now you can't ask yourself but wonder, how much use, what would they do with you if you bow down to them, right? What did Morpheus, what did Cypher say? That they're gonna kill him, right? So Cypher was telling you the truth. One. Well, it's over. Saddam Hussein now is just gone. Although he is not. I think he was arrested and taken somewhere. Either he's treated for whatever, or he was treated like a dog and then killed eventually. Or still in some jail somewhere being tortured. One. You need to count them. I don't have that the equipment to count the bullets here. But if you count them, you will know. So there's one. Now he knows, right? Now this clone has awakened. Two. So no, this is when they take time, it's 1 and 1. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you got 1, 1, and then 7, or 1, 1, 2, and 5. and the last one. So you got 1 1 2 5 1 or 1 1 7 1. When you're on your own, what will they do to you? So 1990, no more sperms. That sperm just died. Now Morpheus is playing dumb. he's doing his act of deception, master of deception.
Chicken. He's gone.
So this Neo is gone. That's it. He's gone.
Goodbye, Mr. Anderson.
Oh, really? Now they play dumb and start like mourning Mr. Anderson. Now pay attention to what Trinity is going to say to him. Finally, after he is dead, she tells him the truth. Just listen to her carefully. Yeah, of course, she's not afraid. You're gone. The oracle told her, remember? Remember what she told him? Remember what she told him just before she exited, and he got in, he was engaged by the agent in Balboa Street, metro station. But she said she was afraid of what it might mean to him. But here she tells him,
I'm not afraid anymore. The oracle told me that I would fall in love with a dead man.
she said the oracle told her that she would fall in love with a dead man. She would fall in love with a dead man. They didn't write dead here, so, but you can clearly hear it. She would fall in love with a dead man. She was advising her, like don't love this person or don't fall for him. He's dead, right? Because they're going to kill him. I'm gonna repeat it. But you can listen to it on your own DVD or Blu-ray.
I'm not afraid anymore. The oracle told me that I would fall in love with a dead man.
With a dead man. What that means is also could mean something else, that people usually fall in love with dictators. They fall in love. Remember, the victim would have, I don't know what complex is that, but it's being mentioned by some either psychologist or philosopher that those who are kidnapped, they will have affinity or fall in love with their kidnappers or their tormentors. They become attached to him. Remember in the movie, I think it's Middlemarch, not Middlemarch, I'm sorry, Wuthering Heights, where Heathcliff's or the owners of the Grange, they fall in love with Heathcliff, and even though he stripped them of their belongings, even though he took everything they have, right, and tormented them and killed their parents and so on, yet they have they begin to be loyal to him, right? And then when he dies, they even feel sad for him and they cry and so on, right? That's what she's saying here. That similar to people in the Soviet Union loving Lenin and Stalin, right? They discovered after they supported them into the taking over power in the revolution. What did they find out? That they were there to kill them and murder them and whatnot, right? But they fall in love with them because now they are afraid of them. That's probably what she means, but dead man, yes, they knew he was going to be killed anyway from the get-go.
I'm not gonna be the one. So you see, you can't be dead. You can't be.
Ah, he's dead, all right.
Because I love you. You need.
Ah, he's dead. This sperm that was stolen from the decapitated originator, Neo, is dead. That's it. They used it to destroy Iraq. They used the Hitler to destroy Germany. They used Assad to destroy Syria and give him 1967. They used Nasser to destroy Egypt. They used King Hussein to destroy Jordan. And now they're using Ben Salman to destroy Arabia. And Khomeini and Vladimir Lenin. You name it. Zion has its own tentacles. You know those shapeshifters? Ah, I don't think so. Maybe she's feeling some guilt is probably what it is. Or this is to trick you again, like to, she loves him, she doesn't love him, right? But this is for the moviegoers to believe that that's what it is. Oh, look, she loves him, she doesn't love him. Or this is more sinister than you think. I'll tell you what. Trinity, without sex, has given a birth to a new Neo. Where is he at? You know, from a stolen sperm or by way of cloning and so on. So Trinity here, right? Just made a kiss, right? So probably they've taken his sperms without, and like again, sexless. Did he just wake up? This is not Neo, the one who was shot. This is a new Neo, for a new assignment, for a new destruction, for a new something. He is now a dog of Zion as well. But this Neo is like still further. He's like more agile, more capable, more ruthless. You know, he's the very fast cat with the very fast reflexes. Now this Neo can avoid, this newborn Neo can avoid bullets. Really? Yeah, what he's gonna do, like flying sunflower seeds. Drag on it, boy. Silver bullets. Silver bullets.
He's the one.
He's the new one. Not the one, he's the new one. The Neo one. Right? That spirit they command, apparently they think they command. Now they created a new Neo from a new sperm. Get it? Get it? Notice. See? The black eye and the human eye. Just like what you saw when he opened that door. The other Neo, the Assad Neo. And now Saddam Neo is dead. And now there's a new Neo. Right? And he sees the Matrix. He's clueless. I want to show you that this is a new Neo.
He's gone. Goodbye, Mr. Anderson.
fall in love with a dead man. Meaning that she's going to take his sperm. He died, but she's going to take his sperm.
So you see, you can't be dead.
They always take genetic materials from him and sperms and cloning and so on. So he can't die. They always recreate him. Different personalities, of course. The Hitler, the Stalin, the Lenin, the Assad, or the donkey, the Saddam, and the MBS and the Ayatollahs and the Ataturk and the Bon and Mao Zedong and Xi Jinping, or what's his name? Pol Pot, right? The one who murdered 150,000 Muslims for whatever reason he doesn't know. 150,000 villagers, Muslims, he just killed them.
I love you.
Just right around the kiss, right? Heartbeat starts. Right? Right? Let me freeze it, show you that again. Alright. That sperm, did you see it? He's killed, but they've taken another sperm of his. EKG, don't believe that. 15 millimeter, probably, I don't know what that is. So she's taken his sperm. Dead man, fallen in love with a dead man, she's waiting for the sperm. By here, birthright, right? Being born a worm of, Nebuchadnezzar or whatever.
You can't be dead. You can't be.
You can't be. A new one. They raise a new one from the dead Neo. A sperm is taken, and then guess what? Kukukowskis. I got bad news for you, matter of dogs. The architect. He wants every sperm from the first generation to the last generation. And you count one at a time. Sperm 1, verified. Sperm 2, verified. If sperm 1 had another sperm, verify. 1, 2, right? 1, 2, or 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. And so on and so forth. So as you can see, the process is very slow. But, from what I heard from him is you got on until the... you're going to be doing this with Torment until the galaxy dissolves in space. So no worries, you have a lot of time to bring all these sperms back. Reverse the process from the end all the way to the beginning. You got that, Kukukowskis and Morpheus and so on. I give you bad news, but guess what? You brought that upon yourselves. These guys are angry because they thought they killed the last Neo. But hey, the Morpheus have always something up his sleeve, right? When you trick up his sleeve, he got what? He got a new Neo. He raised a new Neo from the dead one. This new Neo has the ability to take over entities, right? Or angels, or those rebellious angels, or edge agents, or whatnot. So this new Neo is something like very powerful. He's taken over his brain. Notice the music. You hear the music, that epic music? And where's brave Morpheus and Tank and Dozer and those guys, those brave ones? They're hiding like worms in some steel cage, afraid of the action. I don't know what the heck that was. I thought I noticed something. There's a hat there or something. I don't know. Uh-oh. There's his face. His skull is flying. Uh-oh. I thought I noticed something pretty bad here. Oh well. Poor agent. Uh-oh. Remember the elevator? Poor guys, now they have to run away. But guess what? There's a new Neo. So it wasn't all lost for them. It was big winning. Now they own Iraq and send its people, killed millions and not whatnot. And one of those Neos was like Genghis Khan and Ulagu and Timur Link or Tamerlane, right? You know, those murderous bunch. Oh man, they're now all over the world. There's the Pinochet and the Castro and the Kissinger and all those guys, right? Licking boot for Morpheus and murdering mass people and making people poor, perpetually poor, and kill and get killed. That's the new Neo. So Mother Trinity, Mother Mary is giving birth to another Jesus time and again. Uh-huh. So they sent him there to that very same room. And they killed him, but they got his sperm right in the nick of time. Uh-oh. There goes the new Neo. That's their new owned whatever.
I know you're out there.
Okay, so it began all, if you remember, to 1898, and then it ended on 9/1899. So you can make some sense out of these numbers, right? So 918 is 27 and 99 is 126. What did we calculate? 119 and 126. And then you can do calculations on those from the beginning when Cypher said we're gonna kill him, right? I think this video is the last video, but I'm gonna show you something very interesting.
I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid.
He's talking to, God, supposedly, or whoever that entity. I know you're afraid. I can feel you now. I know you're afraid. He is really here. They really mean it. They're talking to, they think that whom they're trying to destroy, right? The creator of this world is watching them. So they're talking directly to him. Yeah, I can hear you. Flux. Oh, you're funny, man. What are you gonna do? Okay. You're gonna send him a projectile like in the Stargate through those flying saucers and try to destroy him? Or what, like slap him on the face? Oh man, are you in trouble?
You're afraid of us.
No, he's not afraid of you, man.
You're afraid of change.
Oh, no. He is the one who leads the change.
I don't know.
System failure, so they destroyed him. Maybe they mean the masonry, I don't know. Could be masonry, they just destroyed it.
I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end.
Oh, yeah?
I came here to tell you how it's going to begin.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to hang up this phone,
All right, you're gonna hang it up once and for all. That time is coming. And then you're gonna start collecting those sperms one at a time. The ledger will be filled. Will have to be filled from the beginning till the end. You have to roll back all that from the last generation until the first. You're gonna have to reproduce all that. Dollars too.
I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going
Yeah, what do you want?
to show them a world without you.
Oh, really?
A world without
Without controls, without borders, without boundaries. Okay, that there was when that world started, the one that they're trying to destroy. It had no controls, no. It had rules, it had controls, but no borders or boundaries. You're free to go anywhere you want to, right? The rules is you never, do any evil work against others. Your freedom stops where it begins to trying to transgress on somebody else's freedom and society and rules and civilization and so on. That's what they're trying to break here.
worlds without borders.
So what is that if they do all that? It's really Animal Farm. And the one who's talking is Moses the Crow or Eunice Jones, Mr. Jones, his slave.
A world where anything is
Yeah, like what's anything is possible. What Mouse said, right? Mouse about his triple X and woman in red dress and so on.
possible.
It's the world. Their world is that Zion is a world of suffering, of torment, of hell and so on. You don't believe me? Read this book and understand the undertone. You will see what I'm talking about, the world they wanted to achieve. This is it here, folks. I have to read yet so far. I know there's probably worse books than this, but I have yet to see anything as evil as this book here, written by Rabbi Jean Baudrillard. Beau, that's like an Algerian name, Beau and Beau.
Where we go
Algerian Jew.
from there is a choice of leave.
Do you remember the eye? I showed you the eye in the phone? There you go. You see it now.
Choice of leave.
Oh, Neo, you never had a choice. He always had the choice. Alright, I want to show you something here. Alright, this here signify a new state, right? A new thing. A rabbi, right? This here is Israel. And guess what? There's a picture of certain woman here. Uh-oh. I think that's Scholz of Germany. That's probably Merkel. All right. Now, do you remember when I showed you this little girl is? I said she's a cutie, and then she was on the sidewalk when they walked opposite Morpheus and Neo in the simulation program. Who do you think she is? You want to shoot a guess? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's Golda Meir, the Prime Minister of Zion, or the State of Israel. That's her right there. This new Neo is clueless again. He's confused. He doesn't know what's going on, right? But they set him up, or they indoctrinated him, or modified his way of thinking and so on to do certain thing. and that to destroy and kill and maim for them and die at the same time. Cypher told him, we're gonna kill you, right? He is confused. That's a new thing for him. He just exited into the world as a clone, as a born from a sperm or something of the sort. He's just on his own now. And he had no clue what's going on. For him, this is a new thing. When I came to the United States in 1981, I was something like that. I was clueless. Uh-oh. Those sunglasses. I'm gonna get me a pair of those. So that's Israel, and that was Golda Meir, or Golda Meir, right? There's your blue, and that's it, right? And they have some greenies in there, right? I think so. They're red, they're black, and they're greens. So there are some greens. These are the cheetahs, or aloes, or something of the sort. You know, the dogs, right? There's a greenie here, right? And I don't know, reddy here, red. And now he's a rabbi. He's flying up into heavens. He wants to do battle with God and then try to kill him or something of the sort. Man, you guys are funny. Here, I'm coming to get you. Kukukowski's brother. All of them Zionists. All of them, including actors. Maybe, perhaps, the stuntmen, you know, the stunt people, maybe they're not Zion. You know, I want to show you something. Yeah, Carrie. Sorry, Carrie, I called you Dima, but it's just an act, right? So Magahi here, you will see it on the passport as his mother, Neo's mother. Alright folks, that brings us to the end of the commentary on this movie. My 2 cents. Have I covered everything? No, not really. But it gives you a good understanding of what they're talking about as how to create clones and deceive people and use them to destroy other nations and keep chaos and anarchy. And then at the end, after they use them, they feed them, you know, very little, and they keep them isolated mentally and unable to talk, and their brains basically is demented. You know, they're isolated, and they only administer certain information and knowledge to them as to become servants. You know, they become real servants, and they from there, whenever they were very small children. And when they go big, they just die for them, and if not, they just kill them, but they make sure to keep them reproducing. I am not making this up. This is called Zion. This is called genuine children of Zion, and they're portraying themselves as demons. That's all there is to it, folks. Now, video number 7 was discontinued, or was prevented from being published, or partially blocked, because I used there is another movie called Replicas by Neo. Replicas. And that's by Neo. Let me tell you a little bit about it so you can watch it. It's very congruent with this particular movie about clones and so on. So I'm going to show you replicas here. Replicas by, it was released in 2018, a science fiction thriller, but somehow I have a feeling it's not a science fiction. Screenplay by Chad St. John, Jeffrey Nachmanov. Sounds like Russian to me. Russian rabbi. That's very funny. All right, folks, was nice talking to you, and you can drive so much, you can still observe so much out of that in that movie, and it will be true. But the only thing I believe is real is really this cloning thing is going on. But I think it's more of sperm type artificial insemination. Sperms are stolen by way of going 1 hour into say a hotel, as they showed you, or by siphoning off from your clothes, or possibly teleporting, or you know, all that stuff. I have personal experience with that, and like I said, I'm gonna have to believe it, that there's such thing as stolen sperms and new generations and so on. And you Morpheuses, you Tanks, you Kukukowskis, you're not getting away with that. That's certain. That account will happen. And next time you try to send somebody up to God to fight him, oh man, you poor you. I find that to be very funny. Have a nice day, my friends, you audience. And hey, I don't know, maybe I'll find another movie and do a comment on it. But believe me, folks, every time you see something that looks like a fine and real and opportunity, and think again, it may be a bait. And I learned this when I came to this country. There is nothing for free in this world. So when you find something that is free, look again, no matter what it is. Software, car, house, $50,000. Oh, you're not just gonna cough it up afterwards. You're gonna be killed as truthful and real cipher told you. Have a nice day. Next time, bye now.